their all-time greatest goal kicker, Taylor Walker, with a welcome off. Here's Rosselli. Rosselli kicks the goal.
Handball to the excitement machine, McLeod. Left foot goal.
Oh, don't tell me.
He's a superstar.
Don't tell me. Oh! He's yet to kick an AFL goal. Oh, the velvet curtain.
Walker, oh, he's a colossus. He's kicked 5. He's been a handful. He's been the difference.
To cover himself in glory.
He's coming back.
And got there.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Proper Crows podcast. If you're listening to this on release date, Footy's back today. We're up and about. Everything's going well. Thank you very much for listening, whether you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you are listening. Thank you for your support. Today, of course, we're going to be reviewing the preseason games, the match sim, the trials, everything that's been going on over the last few weeks. Looking into feedback, how we look into round 1 next week and much, much more. Not just myself here tonight. We've got a full crew. Dill, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Thank the Lord that the footy is back this weekend. I've sort of missed having a bit of a yarn about it. Do apologise in advance. I've been struck by some sort of disease from a day in the gully last weekend. I'm not doing too well, but we'll get through it. And yeah, keen to sort of analyse this pre-season.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt, how are you, mate?
Oh, yeah, pretty good, man. It's been good doing these countdown clips with you for this year. And I do believe this is my first live recording. Well, not live recording, but you know what I mean. First show of the year been involved with.
Absolutely. Well, we haven't had too many, so it's exciting to be back. And a man who has been highly requested to be on the pod for a long time in the group chat. He's back.
Oh, yeah, in the group chat.
Dom, how are you, mate?
Oh, good, mate. My fans will be happy to see me back. Shout out to the discussion crew, my number one fans. I've also been struck down by some kind of illness, probably the same one that Shrimp has because we were together. So apologies for the nasaliness, but no, I'm keen to get in. It's been too long since we've had some footy, so I'm excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we'll kick it off. We won't go too in-depth into the match simulation versus Port because it was a couple of weeks ago now. But, you know, I headed down to Alberton Oval and we didn't get out of second gear for the whole game, really. Cruised home to a 5-goal win in the end. It was a great transition from defence to offence. Field kicked 5. Was just, really easy. Dom, do you watch that one, mate? Any thoughts from the match sim versus Port?
I did, and I think you probably summed it up pretty nicely. It was just a pretty relaxed run, I thought. I don't think anyone really put too much effort in, which might be an indictment of Port as well, which is always funny at this time of year. But nah, you probably summed it up well. Thilthorpe kicking 5 was pretty encouraging. Again, the state of the opposition wasn't fantastic, but you can only play who's put in front of you. So, it was a good first hit. Gave me a fair bit of confidence going into the season. Not really much to allow. It's a trial match. Can't really read into it too much, I don't think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was pretty relaxed. I mean, it was what, eight on the bench, or a couple more extra on the bench.
8 on the bench.
Yes. Yeah, so Dawes sat the second half. I think Solly and Nank didn't play the first half. They came on in the second half. All right, we are back. Apologies for the technical difficulties there. Just some great work from myself. Sum it up, pretty much, Port trial game, not much happened. Didn't get out of the first year. Field kicked 5. It was nice and easy. Saturday just gone, of course, we played Fremantle in the Amy Community Series. We played Freo under hurricane-style wind, really, out there at Mandurah. Dill, thoughts on the game? Who kicked goals? What impressed you?
Yeah, it was a good little hit out for us. We, Freo 12-84. We kicked 9-14, 68. Pedler kicked 3. Then, Rashmar, Keys, Fogg, Dorse, and Cookie all with singles. But I thought it was a pretty good hit out. We had 11 of our best 23 out. We sort of got beaten in the midfield a little bit, but besides that, I thought it was a good little scrap.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How about you, Dom?
Yeah, I think obviously it's kind of disappointing result, but not really in terms of the outs we had. I think we put up a very, very good performance considering, we had no Rankin, no Peatling, no Cumming, Archie, Hinge, Berry, Thilthorpe, you can keep listing them off. None of them showed, and we're still only lost by not much to a team that a lot of people have pretty high expectations of this year.
Yeah.
So I think it was, a lot of promising signs came out of it. I thought Toby Murray showed a lot more than I was expecting. I think McAndrew looked good too. He's got a good leap at the ball. He's tall, so he'll fit really well for those new ruck rules. I do need to say one thing that I haven't told you guys about, but I'm sure you'll know what's coming. I owe Luke Pedler an apology as of right now. He was genuinely like, I kind of thought, because obviously I didn't watch the game live, I watched it the next day. And there were a few comments about Luke Pedler that I thought were just trying to bait me. But he genuinely played really well, like in the best 5, 6, 7 players on the ground. So I do owe him that apology, and I'm happy to air that publicly.
So it's
Huge
almost
moment.
like, like
Huge
I told
moment
you,
there.
your
no,
ball
it's-
knowledge is negative.
Nah. Last year he was garbage, and it's a preseason game, so that's all I'm saying. But he did play well, so credit where credit's due. If he does it in the regular season, I'll definitely give him a heartfelt one. But at the moment, he's tracking for a nice apology come round 2 or 3.
No, good to hear. Good to hear. He he did perform very well. He was sort of the main target up forward, really, and it was probably a bit harder when we were kicking with and against the wind. It wasn't really a night for the tools, but yeah, he was sort of everywhere. He pushed up the ground a bit as well, got himself
Yeah,
a
he had
couple of clearances, and
He had a few really nice moments up the ground. There was one where he like burst out of stoppage. I can't remember who it was. He laced someone out on the chest. And so I've plays like that every week. And funnily enough, I was listening to Fireball and Kane. I can't remember if it was Kane or Kingy that brought him up as like the not like breakout, but like the unexpected player that would have an impact this year. It was weird to see like someone outside the footy club kind of commenting on him. Which I mean, it didn't change my opinion of him. That game kind of did, but yeah, it was a weird. Like I was like, okay, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but yeah, like I said, he played very well.
I would still
Yeah.
like to see him
No,
involved a little
absolutely.
bit more up the ground. Like, I think he needs to be involved in a little bit more and a little bit into that midfield mix because he is such a ball in and under. He's got that no-nonsense sort of bullshit to him. So, I don't know. If he can hit the scoreboard and, push up and get that, 17, 18 touches and be that impact through the middle, I'll be a little bit happier with him. But if he's kicking 2-3 a game and, doing what he is at the moment, I won't complain either.
Yeah, 100%. Was Matt? Was there anyone else who stood out for you during the trial, mate?
Special mention to Mitch Marsh. What an absolute goal from nearly the centre square. That guy can kick a ball, and that is just so promising moving forward. To be that young to kick a 70-metre kick. I think he made the carry for about 70 metres. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But onto the game itself, like we have not beaten Fremantle in any competition in Perth in 10 years. It is fast becoming our number one bogey picture of the season. Just one win against them in general since 2019. So do keep that in mind when we play them in round 4.
When was the last time that we beat
Crazy
them, Matt,
stat.
over there? What year, what round?
2016, we beat them away.
2016, Jake Lever kicked his first goal, I'm pretty sure. And we wore the yellow Guernsey, and yeah, Freo were awful that year. They only won like 4 games coming off a first place season. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us in 2026.
No, we're good. We're not Freo, mate. We'll be fine.
Oh,
So none of that. Another one who was really impressive for mine, and it was just sort of his, same old work, was Joshy Worrell down back. I think he had 28 touches, took 9 marks, was just doing his usual intercept stuff. But very encouraging to see him come back where he left off last year and hopefully, pushes towards an All-Australian like he should have had last year. But he was very, very good, I thought.
Yeah, 100%. He's one of those ones where he didn't really look like he was getting out of. He probably went into out of first gear a few times. But we all know he's a star, and to start the season like that All Australian jacket's got his name half etched into it. I'm saying I don't give a fuck if it was preseason or not.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a diabolical fall off for him to not be All Australian, I reckon.
Yeah. 100% agree. Speaking of defenders as well, another one who stood out for me, and I said it a couple of pods ago, was Wayne Miller. I've been really impressed with his sort of playing a bit of the Dane Zorko role in our half back line almost. He's controlling it. The ball goes down there, it goes through him every time. He sets it up. He's got burst speed up the middle. I've been really enjoying watching him play, and I know he's been in defence previously. Before anyone listening to this is like, "Oh, you idiot! He's always been doing this." He's stepped up a bit more, and I reckon he's taken a bit more responsibility this year. I don't know what you boys think, or if I'm just being dumb, but I feel like he's taken a step already this year.
No, he definitely has. He looked really calm on the ball. His kicking was unbelievable. It's a shame he can't take up that Zorko role in the regular season because that'll be Braden Cook and Luke Nankervis, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But Wayne Miller, he's a good name to have as a backup, I think, to Braden Cook. But no,
No,
I'm totally serious. He was really good.
he has
all
been
jokes
very
aside,
good.
he's always been good by foot. And as long as he's can string the games together, stay fit, and he gets a bit more freedom like he did on the weekend, I think we'll be well set up coming out of halfback, which is probably a little bit of an issue for us last year in terms of defensive transition. So it's a good change that we've got, I think.
yeah, strongly agree.
He's probably going to be
I
one of those
mean,
players that comes along a little bit later in his career. As we've sort of seen, he's been so, injury rattled the last 5-6 years. We haven't seen too much of his best, but we sort of saw it at the back end of last year, and then I know there are only been pracky games now, but he's having 25, 26 touches each time, and sort of getting those uncontested marks and moving through, that sort of half back into that transition game quite well. And with all these new rules that have come along now, we're probably looking towards a bit more of a transition based game and game style. So if he can sort of nail down that role and get the ball moving forward like we know that he can, I think he's going to have a very, very big season and sort of take the comp by, this is 30 and he's only doing this now. So no, hopefully he comes along like we think he will.
yeah. No, absolutely. I think the key point of what you said there was the transition game as well, and that's something I've made notes from the Port match, Sim, and from Saturday night against Freo. Our transition has been really, really encouraging, and even on Saturday night when we were playing against a gale force wind and half the blokes couldn't kick into it because it'd fly backwards over their head, we were still able to, whether it was structurally taking it slowly up the ground or it was but going with speed and switching the play, our transition has been really, really good this preseason. So I'm really encouraged by those signs as we head towards obviously round one and the regular season. But I think that'll be a strong point to our game this year looking at it.
I think
Yeah.
they had to focus on it over the preseason. There's so much focus on defensive half transition and stuff that the grand finalists are always top 5 in the comp had it, and that was probably we were lacking real bad last year, especially in the back half of the year. We were kind of bottom half of the league in terms of transition play. So like you said, yeah, it's really promising, and hopefully it's something that they've really focused on over the off season, and it's not just a product of the preseason games, and it actually translates into the regular season. To be very nice to see.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
100%.
and I think with the new, sorry to cut you off, Benny. I think with the new ruck
No,
rules
you're
as
right, mate.
well, and sort of the new rules around sort of holding the ball and all them trying to take away from the contested game and last possession and all of that they bring in. I think the defensive transition is going to be more important than ever. So I think sort of having your important halfbacks and wingers that can actually play football is really gonna help. And we've seen the last few years. We've seen Brisbane the last few years absolutely ruin teams where they had Dane Zorko that's played off halfback. They've had the Hubic Luggage. They've had the Jared Berries. They've had those sort of names that have absolutely dominated teams. And even you look at Geelong, they've got their Ollie Dempsey's. They got their Bailey Smith, even though he was playing inside, he can go outside and sort of run an absolute muck. And I think it's going to become even more important, especially with these new ruck rules as well. They're It's not going to be too much contest, I don't think, around the ground. It's going to be go, 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 get the ball to the outside and absolutely slingshot forward.
On
Yeah.
the topic of the new ruck rules, and we said this before the podcast, you're confident that we're going to debut both Toby Murray and Lockie McAndrew against Collingwood next week?
Yep,
I think McAndrew's a lock, definitely.
Yeah, I think McAndrew will lock it. I think going off what Kelly said on, what did he say on? Was it SEN?
ABC.
ABC made these comments that they're going for a 2-ruck strategy. And if you're playing 2 rucks, I'm sorry, Dr. Riley O'Brien, you are not playing AFL football again. He can't sit forward. He can't jump.
You made that call for the likes of James Borlas, Chase Jones, and they've still got AFL careers at the Crows, so take that with a grain of salt.
Chase Jones' days are numbered.
Chase Jones plays round 1. Fuck you. He plays round 1.
Doesn't. No,
he
okay,
does.
no, we're having
he
that
does
chat.
not play over Charlie Edwards, you fucking goose.
No, oh my God. Charlie Edwards isn't playing either. Chase Jones
who plays ahead of him
had
then?
5
Give me
disposals.
a name. Give me a name that plays ahead of him then. Give me a name that plays ahead of him.
He was playing for his career and he had 5 disposals.
Who plays ahead of him?
He's not playing round 1.
You can't name.
Anyone.
Deflecting.
Me, bro.
Give me a name, Ernie. Give me a fucking
Anyone.
name, Ernie.
Luke Pedler.
Fucking think. What kind of name is that? What, you're playing Luke Pedler off half back? You got rocks in your fucking head.
No, because, oh my God, no, because Chase Jones isn't playing there to begin with.
Yeah. I think Mitch Hinge is going to be your key point. Mitch Hinge
take
coming
the
back
L.
from that injury. If he plays, Chase Jones doesn't play.
Fuck you.
Correct. I said the only reason Chase Jones plays at all this year is due to injury. It doesn't matter how well he plays in the sample. Every time he comes into the AFL, I can see the stink lines coming off of him on the field. He sucks. He's not like...
I do think I'm talking my pocket a little bit here because I do have quite a rich bet on for round 1 with one of the other boys. But no, I've been big on... I've been big on Chase all preseason. He did unfortunately have a stinker over in Perth, but we'll let him off.
I hate the bloke. I'm just...
If I have on the bench, he plays
not...
because I would rather have... Here's a question. Would you rather have Charlie Edwards playing in the MCG round 1 or fucking Chase Jones?
Neither of them. Why are you so focused on those two?
Because I think it's one of the other. It's one of the... I think it's one of the other.
In what role? In what role? Why would they be playing?
I don't fucking know. I think it's one of the other.
What do you mean you don't know? Oh my God.
Just let a man have an opinion and not have to give any facts, all right? Let me be a male. Let me say what I want and not back it up with facts.
Yeah, Yeah. Well, obviously we're going to find out this time next week. We're going to know this time next week, tomorrow, we're going to know whether he's playing or not. And yeah, I don't know. Mitch Hinge is the key there, dude. If Mitch Hinge plays, I don't think you'll be watching Chase Jones run around the MCG.
If Chase Jones plays, I've got 12 hours of free piss on Friday over in Melbourne. I'll be calling if he's named. I'll be calling up pubs on the Thursday night, making sure they got enough beer in the kegs for the Shroot to fucking inhale before Essendon and Hawthorn.
Percent Hotel, just to name one.
Yeah, it's like
on my life, it's not. If Mitch Hinge is fit, Chase Jones, it will never play another game for the Adelaide Football Club. He will be sent to Tasmania.
Huh?
I'll drive him to the airport personally.
Huh?
If it goes to Tasmania,
you think that Chase Jones is not playing another game of AFL football?
Not for Adelaide. Barring injury to someone else, he does not play.
Oh, I'm so close to calling
Tasmania.
I'm so close to calling
Tassie come in 2028.
No, all right, hang on, Kemp. No, hang on, no, Kemp. Dylan,
one at a time, boys.
No, stop.
I'm saying Chase Jones Tasmania comes in 2028. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So most likely we will keep him on the list up until 2027 in hope he has like a shop window season like a Jared Lyons had for the Crows in 2016 and just ship him off, try and get a bit of money out of it maybe.
Yeah, but Jared Lyons had talent, so
not for the first 2 teams to play for.
Yeah.
Okay, Dylan, genuine question. Who do you think Chase Jones is going to play? Like, why are you so I don't even see a role for him. Every time he comes in, he's just a sub that replaces someone that's injured, and he runs around not knowing what to do because he doesn't have a position, because he's terrible at halfback, because his distribution's terrible. He can't win the ball in the midfield. He can't mark the ball in the forward 50. He's like, I don't understand what your draw card is.
Let me just bring up the community series team. Give me 2 secs. Obviously, taking consideration who we've got to come in.
Days, bro.
Yeah, I've got a list for you. While you're looking for that, you've got a Peatling coming, an Archie, a Hinge, a Berry, and a Thilthorpe probably to come into the team, assuming all is good with their injuries.
Yeah,
I
so
doubt
we're going to say that Mitch Marsh goes out, Shoal goes out, Ball Lace goes out, Zach Taylor goes out, Hugh Bond goes out.
Zach Taylor, I'd have Zach Taylor in the team over Jones.
Yeah.
Zach
Yep.
Zach Taylor's definitely playing first game.
Yeah,
I'll
fuck.
have him in the team
I don't think he's playing. Fuck.
He had a decent end to last year.
At Brandon Avery. He's going
Fuck.
to enjoy that. Unlucky, my boy. I'm glad you finally admitted that. It only took 3 weeks. Longer.
Got there in the end.
Actually, speaking of really bad shrimp calls, are we bringing it up now, or do you want to leave it so we don't have another heated argument straight away?
Yeah, let's space it out a bit.
Move on.
All right.
Yeah, space it out a bit. I've got another player that I have, a few issues with from the game on Saturday night. If Rory Laird plays 24 games this season, turning it over as much as he did, we're in dire straits if he's playing 24 games playing like that, because he just, I don't know, he couldn't hit a target. He was getting smothered. He was kicking it short, kicking it way away from our players. He just was not playing well on Saturday night, unfortunately. So he's got a bit of work to do before round one.
I was the definition of box score watching that, because before I watched the game, I checked it. I mean, I knew the score already because it's kind of impossible to escape it. But
Yeah.
I checked the box score, you could say, and saw his stats and was like, holy shit, Rory Laird is really turning it on for another year. And then I watched the replay and was like, wow, never mind. I could probably have 30 touches if I did what he was doing. Like, Jesus. He couldn't hit a target to save his life. As soon as the kick was more than 15 metres, it was 3 metres either side of where it was supposed to be. It was horrible.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully it's just a shaking off the rust type of thing in pre-season, yada, yada, that sort of stuff. But it's always been a bit of a concern with Lairdy that his disposal probably isn't the greatest and hinges on that dump kick, spam the square button to just bomb it down the line. But, he's got some work.
It's a concern because that's what he used to do in the midfield as well. And I think that was everyone's biggest issue with him in the midfield too, was just spam ball forward. He'd have 40 touches and 30 clearances, but 20 turnovers because he just doesn't think about where he's kicking the ball.
Yeah.
And apparently when he thinks about it, it doesn't matter anyway. But
You know who else does that?
Yeah.
Chase Jones.
Charlie Edwards.
When do you reckon he's going to debut?
Won't. Doesn't play football.
Let's talk about that. So he moved into the squad because Peatling was out with a bit of a hamstring niggle, and this squad is ideally your last community series game is what you're looking at for round one. Obviously, we've got a lot of players who are injured who are likely to come back in, but I was surprised to see him move into the midfield. And I mean, he had a crack. I'll give him that. I think he had 18 touches and he looked okay, better than the trial game against Port, that's for sure. But he had his moments where he just looks a bit off the pace to me. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. He just looks a bit behind it, and the good players sort of show him up pretty easily.
I get that he's I get that he's a kid. He's 21, but at the same time, he's 191 centimeters. It's his 3rd year in the system. I just think we took him as a 2nd round pick. I just think if you've had 3 years to develop, you've had 3 years to get your body right, and you're going to come out and sort of done what he's done. I just don't like him. I don't like him at all. I had an argument with someone in the comments on that Flag Adelaide page a couple of weeks ago because he's such a good user of the football. That is literally his worst trait. I don't care that he went at 92% 98% disposal efficiency last season for Sandville. It's the worst stat in the game, disposal efficiency. You boot at 30 metres to a contest, it's an effective disposal. It's all he does. But whatever, he got a couple clean handballs out of the pack. But at the end of the day, he's just not. I don't think he's AFL standard. I would love to be proven wrong. But there's too many box score watchers out there that watch Stanford football, see this plotter put up 28 touches, and go, "Oh, this kid's a machine." No, he's not. He dumped kicks. I don't think he's got any sort of proper real footy nous to go, "Yep, this is what we need." If he gains that in the next 2 weeks before we play, good on him. I'll be happy. But I just don't think that he's the caliber that we need. He's don't get me started because it's pissing me off at the thought of him playing.
There is a spot on off halfback to fill with the retirement of Brodie Smith, and you do wonder who's going to fill that role. Obviously, Smith didn't play every game last year, but there is definitely an opportunity for someone to take there.
Yeah,
beautiful.
There is 100%, but hey, as we saw on Saturday, he's not playing halfback.
Yeah.
They put him in the midfield. His use of the football, his defensive effort is appalling. If he went and played half-back in an AFL game, he would get destroyed. I would hate to think what Jordan De Goey would do to him next Saturday night. Oh, I feel sick to his stomach at the thought of that. Nick Dacos would make him look like a pelican with one leg if he starts at a centre bounce. No.
He's not playing around one. I know.
Yeah.
He's not. Funnily enough, on his disposal efficiency, he had 18 at 53%. Against Freo. So
and what he
you
had?
Can't even have that argument.
Did he have 10 handballs? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's just
8 kicks, 10 handballs.
Yeah, look, like I've got nothing.
I think
he's nothing personal against the kid, but I think the way that some people talk about him, it just needs to be laid back a little bit. He's not the second coming of Jesus. Like let's take a step back.
I think
here.
there's something there. I still think there's something there, just not yet. It's not a bad thing, but
if you look at some of our past draft. If you look at some of the busts from the last 5 to 6 years in the draft, Fisher Mackesy, I'll name one, obviously. That's the bottom of the barrel. But 3 years in the system, gone. Charlie Edwards entering his 3rd year in the system. It's make or break. If he doesn't debut within the first half of the year, it's curtains, I think.
Yeah, like I think if we go off of these stats here, like we're saying disposal efficiency is an awful stat. I've just said that. But he's gone at 53% off 17 disposals, 10 contested. So he's had 7 kicks. What do you reckon his meters gained was off those 7 kicks? 330 meters. That is a 50-meter bomb every kick. And that's what I'm saying. He gets the ball, he bombs forward. There is no sort of, I'm going to look up and try and hit someone on the tit. It is get the ball, kick. It's just, I don't know. He reminds me a little bit of a Willem Drew for Port, and I do not want a Willem Drew playing in my field. He's Willem Drew with no defensive. Like, at least Willem Drew can defend. At least he's got a defensive first mindset. I'm going to lay my body on this. He's scared of his own shadow, Charlie Edwards. Let's be real.
Willem Drew, he was at least invited to a Brownlow night.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Well, good. It was a good transition from you there, Matt. We're a little bit behind from when you put the little sting out there for me. But Braden Cook, that halfback role that's been freed up by Brodie Smith, Braden Cook looks to be the man who probably will be filling it going into round 1. I know Dill's pretty keen on him. What are your thoughts on his game from the weekend, mate?
Is that to me?
Yeah.
Nah, he played well. Sorry, I'm zoned out. The cold of flus has hit me like a sack of shit. But yeah, no, I think he's going to go all right there if he sits in that little pocket like Zorko does. We had this conversation, I think, Benny, about 3 months ago about his ball use. You went too high in his ball use, but I said just watch. This kid's got a bit of footy smarts. And yeah, I've been proven right for once. You throw 100 darts at a board, you're going to hit one of them, aren't you? So he's very good with ball in hand. I think Dom, I saw that look, coward. I think he's going to be quite good back there. him and Nate Curver sort of fluttering between that. Nate's got a bit more pace than what Cookie does as well. So I think Nate needs to clean up his disposal a little bit to sort of get to that role. But yeah, I'll be pretty happy if Braden starts back there and is able to sort of start those transitions and get into the little holes and go from there. Because I've actually got him sitting at F6 in my fantasy team at the moment, so I really hope he stays there.
No, oh my God, man. That's a whole other conversation, man.
Yeah.
This
Should
dude
dedicate
talks
a
so
whole
much
episode.
shit about fantasy, and he has Braden Cook at F6. Please spare me.
He's
mate.
priced at He's priced at
Only
37. Priced at 37.
Seek God and find shame immediately.
Oh,
That is truly heinous. That's worse than your Miles Bergman call last year. I swear to God, bro.
What did I say about Miles
Jeez, I
Bergman?
forgot about that one.
When he said he was locked into being top 6 defender, and then he went like 58 and 70, but then had 200s, and you were like, oh, I told you, bro.
To be fair, he gave like 200k after I picked him.
I was like, mate, he's averaging 80.
I'll just mention now, we've spent at least 1 minute talking about Port Adelaide players in this podcast. Let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, good shout. Good shout. Let's move on to the news. And now, as of recording Wednesday, unfortunately, the AFL community has lost a huge figure. Dennis Cometti passed away this morning, unfortunately, a man who we've obviously all grown up with listening to on whether it's Channel 7, Channel 9, Triple M. He was all over it. One of the greatest ever footy commentators. And I just want to swing to you boys real quick just to maybe share a favourite Dennis memory or maybe a Dennis saying or something that, throughout your life you've listened to. Matt, I'll start with you, and I know you've got a bit of a unique one that you're about to share here, but let's go to you first, and then we'll go to Dom and Dill.
Yeah, we did bring this game up on the proper countdown day 16 and also day 37 when talking about this game against Essendon in 2006, our record score, 188 points.
Yes.
It's a very obscure one because it wasn't a Crows player. It was about an Essendon player, very much an AFL tensman, obscure AFL Gridley type. Courtney Johns kicks the first goal of the game, and he's lining up with the ball. And Dennis Cometti says Courtney Johns. He's kicked 1-6 from set shots this year, been kicking a bit like Courtney Love. And then he slots the goal from about 50 out, and he says, and he loves it, pardon the pun.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember watching that live 20 years ago and just losing it. I thought it was one of the funniest commentary pieces I've ever heard.
Oh, my God.
But yes, that's not quite the iconic Dennis you're thinking about, so we can go something better, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Dom, what about you, mate? What's one of your favourite moments or Dennisisms?
Oh, I think the centimetre perfect's got to be up there for most people, I think. But I think the Heathshaw rundown librarian comment is one of the greatest. Like, it laughed. 12-year-old me thought it was funny, which normally means it's kind of funny. Like, it's so, even looking back, it's just such a brilliant, like, some of the shit he came up with. You give me 15 minutes and I wouldn't think of it. Like, there was one that I can't remember if I saw it like 20 minutes ago, longer than that, on Instagram, and it was Camden McIntosh trying to run down Brad Hill.
Yeah.
And it's they always say running downhill is easy. Tell that to Camden McIntosh, and I'm like, see, that's unreal. Like, how do you do it, bro?
He's so naturally quick-witted.
Like, there's a lot of really good commentators, but I don't think we'll ever get someone so, like, as quick on their feet as he was.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. Dill, how about you, mate?
Oh, there's a heap, but I think he's been stitched up a little bit here. I'm gonna unlock a core memory, I think, for a lot of people here. AFL Live, PlayStation 2, 2003. Hello, Derm, and welcome to today's game. Today is Essendon versus Essendon. Derm, who do you think is going to win today? Dennis, I'll take the Bombers. Thanks, Derm. I think I'll take Essendon. It's just an
No,
all-time. It's an all-time stitch up.
I disagree. I'm going for Essendon.
My favorite AFL game commentary from Dennis Cometti was like a Melbourne tram. A lot jumped on, but nothing was paid. And he's running like his girlfriend just proposed to him.
Oh man.
No, there are so many. I mean, so many different memories of the great man we could pick. Obviously, for a Crows perspective, he commentated the 2013 win against North. The Crows put a good video up about that today. The 97 grand final, there's vision of that. There's 1,000,001 games from the 2000s. One of my favourite memories, and it was actually, Bruce mentioned it in a tribute video they did today on Channel 7. It was Ablett to Bartel to Corey. They're doing it in alphabetical order. How the fuck do you think of that?
Yeah.
Just on the
No,
spot.
yeah,
Just
that's
so
crazy.
quick-witted. This is great gear.
Just reminded me of the Adam Uze commentary. Adam Uze, great young player, terrific young player, bad Scrabble hand. Oh,
I'll say there'll never be another one. There's good
No.
commentators, but there'll never be another one.
No,
Insane.
100%. Absolutely. So obviously condolences out to his family and anyone who knew him, anyone who's obviously had the pleasure of listening to him commentate, a giant of AFL media landscape and will be sorely missed. Next up in the news, we're going to do a bit of an injury wrap from the last few weeks, and it seemed like every second day we were getting a new report of a player injured. So Riley Thilthorpe was pulled out of the Community Series match on Saturday evening with some back spasms. Now, I don't think we're too worried about this at this stage, and I hope he doesn't go and play cricket for, whatever team that is they're playing for on a Thursday evening in that T20 competition. Seems to be very precautionary.
I've still got PTSD from his injury 2 years ago in preseason. Like, once I read that Thilthorpe's down, you just instantly fear the worst based off of what happened in 2024.
Yeah. No, 100%. None of that this time. No, no knee injuries.
The Crows would not. I can tell you now, the Crows would not have had an 8-1-14 prove it season if he wasn't. if he played at even the 2 of the first 15 games of the year, we would have won 2 games and won at least 10 games and pushed for the finals.
No, incredibly well said.
100%. Now, Isaac Cumming, Isaac Rankin, Kawachi, Jake Saliga, all looking to return to training this week. Isaac Cumming with a hamstring issue, Kawachi with a hamstring issue, Rankin with a hamstring issue, and Jake Saliga with an irregular heartbeat, which is something that came out last week. Bit of a obscure sort of injury, but by all reports going well.
I need to make a comment on that real quick.
Please.
Anyone that was upset that the club didn't tell the members that he was having heart surgery, take a long, hard look in the mirror and find shame. There is no need for the club to be telling members stuff like that. Anyone close to him would have known it was happening. The members aren't owed anything. Like, the important part is we knew what the injury was. We knew it was being treated, and then we knew it was treated, and it went well. Like, just relax, because I know there's going to be someone that listens to this that thinks it's a pointed attack. It kind of is, but also I saw other commentary on Twitter and whatnot about it that I just thought was ridiculous. There's certain things that...
Oh, sorry.
You're
we're
back.
We're back, yeah.
There's just things that the club doesn't need to disclose. It doesn't affect the members in any way.
I agree and disagree. I think the club should always be transparent with how long a player is likely to be out for. That's just my opinion. We've had, like, that 2018 season still pisses me off. Like, we had that many hamstring injuries. The club was like, he'll be back in 2-3 weeks. 8 weeks later, he's back in the team. It's just, I mean...
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But there was never a timeline put on it because I didn't know, like, they said they were consulting with specialists on that. There's a difference between genuine deception. Like, the Matt Crouch stuff last year, I think, was a little bit dodgy. In terms of, it was a 2-week injury, that then it was, oh, he still needs another 2 weeks. Oh, he still needs another 2 weeks. Oh, he's not coming back at all this year. Oh, shit, he's retiring. Like,
so that's also why the AFL has come down, though, massive on the injury list, because they don't want more situation like this. I'm not saying it's comparable, but also Tanner Bruin finger injury. They just don't want another scenario like that, or the late
Yeah.
out. So they just don't want another situation like that. But at the same time, I don't think as members we needed to be disclosed that he was having minor heart surgery.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't think that we needed to be disclosed that information. Like, yes, he had a heart issue, that's fine, but I don't think that we needed to be told that. Like, it wasn't it wasn't a really big serious situation. But why do we I understand that we're paying members and all that sort of stuff, but why do we deserve to know that he's having heart surgery?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the members wouldn't even know what was happening, even if they'd said what surgery it was. No one would have been able to figure out what was happening. You don't
Yeah.
need to know what's happening. You're not the doctor. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
they
If it was
don't-
if it
half
was like
the
a knee,
time,
if it was a knee injury, I completely agree.
yeah, but even with knees and stuff, half the time it'll say like they've undergone a scan or whatever, and they're booked in for surgery. It doesn't say when, and then they're like, oh, so and so underwent a successful knee reconstruction or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know. I understand being transparent, but there's a difference between like lying and just not telling like stuff, like people stuff they don't need to know. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
affect
having
us.
stuff on a needs
It's
to know
it's both
basis.
been
Yeah.
equally as bad when they don't say anything and when they lie. For me, I think I guess for something serious like a heart issue, I think that's obviously a bit different too than not being transparent about a knee or a hamstring. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's just
If
been
someone's-
too many instances where it's like members are just left in the dark, wondering when a player's going to come back, and like the club knows full well exactly how long it's going to be in most cases, and we get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Anyway, next line of the injury list, we've got James Peatling and Mitch Hinge. Mitch Hinge, another back issue, I believe it is, and James Peatling, a minor hamstring. Both looking to return to training next week and also are looking fine for round one. So it should be all right. And then Mark Keane and Dan Curtin, obviously the longer term injuries, are both tracking well with their recoveries from their knee and ankle injuries, respectively. So I guess we'll know more in the next week once we get some more injury reports out, but they seem okay. It's obviously not ideal having them rest up through this preseason, and we wish that they didn't have any injuries at all, but seems to be a very precautionary approach from the club, and hopefully they should all be right for round one and we'll be all okay and no one will be crying about, lies and deception. So it'll be right.
Yeah. Well said.
Now, next on the list, I want to discuss this even though he didn't play on Saturday night. Riley Thilthorpe, there's been a lot of chat about his position on the field and they tried some things in the trial game. What are our thoughts on him playing as a midfielder?
Simply not happening.
You'd have to have extremely low IQ football knowledge to suggest that he should be a midfielder. After a 60-goal season, how many Crows, take out Tex, have kicked 60 goals since Eddie Betts in 2016? It's like...
Yeah.
Are there any?
I don't think so. Josh Jenkins
Maybe.
came close, but he had the ball fed to him, so that's a bit different, whereas Thilthorpe's a genuine talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's no, not you don't risk an all-Australian forward just to try and mix up the midfield. Like, a certain individual in our group chat says a lot of dumb shit, but I think what he said in terms of they're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks in terms of the midfield. No, like, why was that even brought up?
This is a player that outmarks any defender on a good day, and we want
Exactly.
we want him to throw him into the midfield. Like, who comes up with this shit? I know it's all experimental preseason stuff, but come on, it's the most ridiculous thing to suggest a near 200 centimeter plus player gets thrown into the midfield when he's scoring goals left, right, and centre, is winning us games of football. Goals win you games. I'm very, very black and white on this. Goals will win you games.
All right, I've got a
he's
scenario. I've got a scenario for you, Matt. Halfway through the third quarter, we're up by 4 goals next Saturday night. Riley Thilthorpe is in the centre square. You're 11 to 12 wild turkeys deep. What is the reaction?
I'd be at the bar purchasing $18 Canadian clubs in protest.
Simply wouldn't see me watching a minute of that.
Yeah.
No, but genuinely, like, it's not even like he's Luke Jackson, who's got like a build that maybe suits a midfielder. Thilthorpe's a big man. Like, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not even got a midfield build. He's built like a key forward ruckman. Like, Come on now, it's getting ridiculous now in terms of the midfield mix.
Imagine,
Yeah, I mean,
imagine round 4, Mason Cox versus McAndrew and the Ruck, and then Luke Jackson and Thilthorpe against each other in a set of downs. That would be hilarious.
Running back the years of Crows Freo 2015, Dangerfield Fife, we'll be talking about that one for the next 10 years.
Jackson Thilthorpe, that'd be crazy.
Coach
You
is
know,
just
now that I'm thinking about it,
That'll probably happen. It'll probably
yeah,
happen.
I wouldn't
If
be
he
mad
goes in
about
there,
it.
they'll just chuck him in and say, fuck you, we'll match you.
Yeah, but he's not playing midfield, so
yeah, no,
it's not gonna
it
happen.
can't happen. It was,
only
it was a nice little experiment in the trial where it was like nothing really mattered. But I mean, he got a couple of clearances. He did look good in there, to be fair. He's a big body and he can win it, but I'm not risking him with the amount of pivoting you have to do as a midfielder on a fella who's already had an ACL injury. We're not doing that experiment.
Unless you're doing a first bounce, he just absolutely cleans up, smashes Dacos in a nice fair bump to bump, knocks him clean out, and then goes out. I wouldn't mind that either.
Yeah, except if he concusses him, he's getting a week no matter where the contact was. So
Yeah,
the only way I see it happening is if he's playing as the ruck and he doesn't contest the ruck contest. He just stays down as a fourth midfielder.
Yeah,
That's the only. But even then, I wouldn't do that. That's dumb because you're just giving him a free hit. If you're not playing man on man in that centre bounce, you're gonna lose the centre clearance if you're not contesting the ruck. So
yeah.
If they do it, the coaching staff have made me eat my words that many times, so I'll back them in. But I personally think it's stupid.
Yep, that very fair. Next on the news list here, we have a new Clash Guernsey for 2026, which is also dividing opinions, including mine. I was a big fan of the red one from last year. What are your boys' thoughts on the new white-based Guernsey?
Love it.
With the
Love it,
yeah?
love it. End of conversation.
I mean,
Average shrimp moment.
We went through the whole of 2010s wearing white. We've had some good wins in the white as well. Like we've had our last few good wins at the MCG, Collingwood in 2014, Hawthorn 2017. We wore the white. It's a good omen. We've never lost to Collingwood wearing white, so we're going to wear it next week and win. So there's that. But yeah, in terms of Guernseys, I much prefer the red Clash, and a bit sad to see the end of it. Hopefully it comes back soon. But yeah, the white one is slowly growing on me. It's quite a clean Guernsey, and I might get one.
Yeah. That 100%. Next on the list, we've only got a couple of things to come here. We're going to pump up the proper countdown that Matt mentioned earlier. Obviously, we've only got 9 days to go, I think it is, until Footy's back. And if you've missed it on all of our socials, we've been posting a video every day of some of our favourite moments, favourite games, favourite players that relate to the number of days left. So if you haven't seen it, go and check it out at Proper Crows Pod on all socials. You got about 50 or 40 different videos to watch at this stage, 50 by the time we get to the end of it. Also, a Twitter tipping competition from @Katie_Marie on Twitter made a Crows fan tipping competition. So if you want to get involved in that, flick us a DM, we'll get you the link. Thank you very much to Katie for posting that as well. I think there's about 40 or 50 people in there already, so a pretty cool competition. Before we head off, boys, any other news, anything else you want to talk about? Anything that's pressing your mind before round one?
You thought you were going to get away without this, mate.
I knew it was coming. That's why I'm putting the drop.
We've got a conversation to have, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, Proper Crows own Shrimp has made a bet worth 100 Australian dollars.
More than that.
Sam Darcy.
More than that.
I was trying to save face a little bit, mate, but all right, you out yourself. That Sam Darcy will kick more goals than Riley Thilthorpe. I don't really need to say much more than that. I'm excited to see the comments below after that. But I think that's one of the most brain dead things I've ever heard.
Well, fucking, he's got to be. All right. I'm going to defend myself here.
Yeah, speak to it. I'm
going to defend myself. We've got a forward line that is scary, but everyone can sort of pop up. Everyone can do their thing. They ain't got much. They've got Sam Darcy, who'll get tunnelled 3 times a game. Right? He's going to start with 3 goals next to his name every single game, right? I'm going to talk you through 3 goals. One gets handed to him because he's a Victorian love child, all right? The second one is he always seems to have some 5'9" midget on him in the goal scorer at one point. He gets away from him. That's his second goal. And then the third goal is another, just gets handed to him because he gets tunneled from 50. Every game. He starts with 3 goals every single game. If you want some free money, take this advice. Put $500 on him to kick 3 goals this weekend because it will come in. It'll fund your next weekend gambling. Guess what you do with that money that you win? You roll
Gamble
it back.
responsibly, please.
You roll
Don't
it
take any
back
gambling
in.
advice from us.
You roll it back in, and
this
then you
is
win
not
again.
financial advice.
Then you know what happens? And then you roll back over, and then you do it again. You do that all season, and you're going to have a nice little funded trip away at the end of the year.
Gambling helpline is available. Please search it online if you need to. Chances are you're going to lose. Thank you, Sportsbet.
Yeah, etc., etc.
I just think that I'm not saying he's the better player. I don't believe that at all. I just think that he's got to have more opportunity to kick more bags. I think he will kick a bag of 10 this year. Trust me. He'll kick 85 goals this season.
Yeah, but Thilthorpe could do that too.
He'll kick 85 goals this season.
I don't think so. Jeremy Cameron's the only player that's kicked over 80 in the last 9 years.
Yeah, but I don't think Darcy's going to kick 80 as well.
I think he will. I think he's going to kick 80 goals this season because look at it this way as well. If he plays all season, I think the Dogs are going to finish right in that wild card round as well. So they're going to get an extra game. They'll probably win that wild card game. Then they'll have an elimination final, then a semi-final.
But finals, that we had this argument last year with Dunstan. I don't think finals don't. It shouldn't.
But towards if they're both playing finals, it's going to go towards the bet.
Doesn't count for Coleman, does it? No, it doesn't.
No,
It's
that's
not.
why I don't think it should count towards the bet either. I think it should be regular season.
But I just think he has. I just think he's going to get more opportunity to kick a bigger bags of goals. I'm not saying he's the better player because I don't believe that at all. I just think that he's the umpires do love him a little bit more, and he's going to be their number one target every single time they enter that forward 50. They're going to be looking at Sam Darcy every single time.
Okay, but like realistically, going into our forward 50, they're always going to look at Thilthorpe first before Fogarty.
Nah, but I just think that it's a little bit more of a match. It's a little bit more of a.
But even talking about that, based on form towards the back half of last year, they've got a better second key forward than we do in Aaron Norton. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I just think he's going to get more opportunity. I'm not saying he's the better player at all, but I think that's a pretty safe bet. And if anyone else wants that bet, you hit up the DMs and I'll fucking give it to you as well. I don't care.
Gamble responsibly.
Facts.
Chances are you're about to lose.
For free and confidential support, please head to
gamblinghelpline.com.au. There's a number you can call it. I still think you're an idiot betting against the king. I understand the thought process, but also grow up. Like you got to back in the local talent, mate. You can't go in thinking that he's not going to kick 80. He's going to kick 80.
I don't think that at all. But they'll both kick tons. It's fine, and we'll still in the ground twice in a grand final. It's all good.
I mean, it'd be nice, but
gee,
there was too much. The issue I had with it, there was way too much confidence behind the bet.
Yeah.
Way too much confidence.
It's only $200. It's half a day's work. It's fine.
Just quietly, 7 minutes talking about a bet surrounding a Bulldogs player. I mean, we're gonna, if we've lost, if anyone's still listening, commiserations.
Because they, mate, we needed to out Shrimp for the fraud is all of the stuff, all of the chit chat last year on Dogs Twitter bullying Darcy. And now you're glazing him, saying he's going to kick.
I'm not glazing him. I'm not glazing him. I'm just aura farming. Fuck off.
Yeah, as per usual. How's Chase Jones going, mate? You redacted.
Ben, please take over.
100%, mate. On that bombshell.
What did you just say? 100% to? It's his default setting.
I hit the soundboard, mate. I just hit the soundboard, and that's what came out, right? It could have been 100%. That's what we did roll with. It was 100%. I needed to take over from there. So, on that bombshell, we're going to head off. It's been a bit of a jumbled episode, but that's all right. Footy's just about back. Of course, if you want to get involved with the pod and share some feedback, give us a follow at Proper Crows Pod on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Thank you very much for listening. Obviously, stay tuned for any news that comes out, injury news, team news. We've got a big hype video coming in the next couple of days as well at Proper Crows Pod, as I just said. Matt, thanks for joining tonight.
No worries, been a pleasure. Looking forward to the season.
Absolutely. Dom, thank you.
No worries, mate. Always a pleasure.
Definitely. And Dill, thank you.
City to win, Golden 25 plus, Kerno 2 goals, 237. Thank you. Good to be back.
And
Gamble
on that, gamble responsibly.
Ring the bell! Ring the bell! The bell in the city of Kansas! Stand up like Matthew Nicks and rule like you never have before!
Jarman again, round the body,